Hey everybody, thank you for tapping in. I am Racquel, and tonight we will be talking about the breakup with Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti. Yep, that's what we're going to get into. So we're just going to have fun with this. Remember that these readings, no seer, psychic, medium, whatever can be 100%. Things change, right? We make a different decision. It sends us in a different direction. The whole plot changes. So everything can change. Nothing's 100%. All things are alleged. This is just for entertainment purposes. We are not here to slander anyone, all right, or tear anyone down. That's never my intent, only to uplift and add perspective or a different point of view. Okay.
Hey friend, you can now join my Patreon for free. The link is provided below.
Again, like I said, please don't base your life off of readings. Please make sure that you're using your own discernment. If you're listening to your own spirit, please, 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 please. It's very important. Okay. So, I gotta hit these incense. Now that we live. Drop in the comments below. Let me know where you're watching from. Okay. Also, let me know who y'all want me to read too. You can send your suggestions through my website. It's at the top of the screen, RacqiRoadTV.com. Or you can email me as you see it flowing below in the ticker. Okay. Or you can put it in the comments. All of that does work. It does work for me. Okay. So, Angie Martinez did ask Angela Simmons, are her and Yo Gotti still together? She said they are not together. She said that's not something she would have wanted, but is for the best in so many words. And Angie Martinez asked her, who did he break up with her or who broke it off? And she said she did. She decided that. Okay. So remember, Yo Gotti had with that song with the DMs, and he's I feel like he manifested Angela Simmons, because he was shouting her out in that song, and might have been another song too, but I know that song for sure. So I've got we just gonna see. We just reading energy. I don't know. We gonna use these. The problem is cards. Okay. The problem is. I know somebody threw out a theory that it could be that she decided to because of he might be getting locked up, right? So what's the problem? Can you tell me the problem between Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti, please? Okay. Can you tell me the answer? What is the problem between their relationship? Mm. These are some fun cards. We just seeing. we just. Whew. Oh my God. So I need more sex. I want to try new things in bed. You don't make time for our relationship. I don't see you as marriage material. I'm in love with someone else. I'm not attracted to you anymore. You know what? For whatever reason, I feel like these cards are being messy, but that's not quite. You know how people say shit when they are in an argument? They say things, they just be saying anything to like hurt the other person. I don't think this is really any of the issue. I don't feel that. Let me give these some more shuffles and see. Simmons says she's a lover girl, right? A lot of women are. A lot of women are lover girls. They live their life in a fantasy world, right? What's the problem between these Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti? Was he in somebody else's DM? The card, I don't make time. Um, the card speaking about them not having enough time together. Ooh, okay. We have fundamental differences. I have healing to do. Then you have, I don't think I will ever trust you again. So, if these are accurate, you know how you get with somebody and you can really, I'm sorry, if you watching me on YouTube, there is I'm talking to two different screens. I'm talking to TikTok too. You can have, so you can be with somebody, right? And you can really care about them, love them and everything. And then there could just be some fundamental differences. And I'm gonna tell you, when those differences are a big deal, when we talking about moving forward and having a family, it can really be detrimental to parenting, because I'm gonna tell you, as a married woman with children, having children and raising them is a challenge all in itself, right? And so if y'all have fundamental differences, it can even make it more difficult. And then when the kids get to doing stupid stuff, because that's what kids do, right? In their development, they become very testy and they don't want to listen, and they do a bunch of dumb shit because they're kids and they're just, it's part of their development. You can sometimes find yourself pointing at the other spouse, right? So you definitely don't want to continue with that. She said that she felt that the split was for the best, right? That's what she felt. Let me get these basic tarot cards. One thing about oracle cards, sometimes I feel like, especially depending on the deck, they give you what they give you. And I did a lot of shuffling, before I started, but I still want to shuffle. Okay, so let's see. First of all, let's see. Is Yo Gotti going to jail? Is there a possibility? Let's say that. Is there a possibility that Yo Gotti will be locked up? Is there a possibility that Yo Gotti will be locked up? All right, so we got this here, right? There is some worry about it. There is some stress around him being locked up, and then you have this card is also tied to the sacral chakra, right? And as you can see, this person feels, they look like they worried about something. Okay, so that's a potential concern. All right. Is there a possibility of Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti getting back together? Is there? Oh, well, right now we're getting a death card. No, and moving on. Right now, remember, that's how the energy is looking right now. Things still change. They have free will. What's what's the energy around this relationship? Okay, so it's a lot of trying to balance certain things, this or that. Well, should I do this? Should I do that? Well, what about this? And what about that? Things are kind of shaky, up in the air, right? And I'm sure it's around the possibility of him. It could be him losing his freedom. It could be some other nefarious stuff. What else is going on? We got the Fool card just popped out. So somebody needs to start on a new journey. Okay, so we got the Fool card and we've got the Queen of Wands, right? I need to hit this screen first and then this. The mastering this is something. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands here and we've got the Fool card, right? So this tells me that it's time for Angela Simmons to really, consider some things. She's going to be going on a new journey. It's some other things that she needs to dip off and pay attention to and worry about. Okay. She's following her intuition on this thing. Okay, and she needs to explore. She has her freedom is not in jeopardy, right? She's a very vibrant soul. She seems to be very, even spirited. She has like an innocence from what I pick up about her, right? And she's being guided to, go on and explore her life in other areas. There's other lessons and things that are to be learned right now, and maybe shelve this situation as she did. Doesn't mean that she can't come back to it, but it is likely that it is at the end in time, for like it's finito and time to move on. Okay. What else? What else? What else is going on? Y'all got some questions about it? I'm trying to think of some questions I want to ask. Let's see. Does Yo Gotti want to get back together? Does Yo Gotti want this relationship to get back together? Does he want to mend this relationship? Some just tried to jump out and didn't. What in the world? Does Yo Gotti want to mend this relationship? Yes. Matter of fact, from what I'm picking up for this card, this is the Three of Cups. Like he said, he was shouting out Angela Simmons in the beginning. This brings him joy. She brings him joy. He enjoys being in a relationship with her. So, yes, right. And at the very least, he would like to maintain a friendship with her. Okay. What else is going on? What else is going on? This just hit me in the head, right? Um, Remember I said she's like on a fool's journey. She's very vibrant. It's some other things that she has to learn. I kind of feel like too that she's being kind of pushed in the direction of she has this affinity for, even though he was checking her. I want to make that clear. But I feel like she is kind of drawn, which a lot of women are, it's no shade, to the rough around the edges, or the guy that you feel like can bring a lot of fun, but they kind of bring a headache too. I feel like she's being led, and I'm not saying Yo Gotti is a problem. I'm not saying that, but I feel like she's being led to really explore herself and get to know what she really needs and what's really beneficial for her. Because idealistically, it's like sometimes women want to um tame a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like this story is not about Beauty and the Beast, like Belle and some beasts. It'd be real life. You know what I mean? Let me see. Was their relationship problematic? Was there conflict in the relationship? Was there conflict in the relationship? No. We get a no, but the moon card popped out, right? So it's not that it was like just so much conflict, but it's some things that are hidden between this couple that needs to be addressed, right? So again, and I definitely feel on both sides, but definitely on Angela Simmons' side, she needs to go and do some shadow work possibly, right? What? Oh, was there? Just let's see. Was there any cheating involved in this relationship? Any cheating in this relationship? Any cheating? Nothing's popping up, so it might not be. It might be like a none. Oh, well, we got no. I said that, and then it popped out. We got no. We have no cheating. There were options, right? You see this guy looking around. There are options. There's plenty of options, but there wasn't any cheating, according to what's being read here. Okay. So it's like, ooh, why is my stomach making that noise? Y'all hear that? Did y'all see this? I'm telling y'all, running two cameras is something. It's something you have to get used to. Because see, TikTok is right here on me, but YouTube and Twitter and everybody is in the forefront. So I need to be paying attention to that front screen. So, I mean, that's pretty consistent. I asked, was there any conflict? We gotta know. I asked, was there any cheating? We gotta know. Okay, but we did get the moon card. Again, there's options, but there was no cheating. But in this situation, and especially when we have the fools and the queen of wands, right? She's being called to like look at some things and going on a new journey, right? And there's some shadow work. There's some things that are not being addressed. That is, it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? But here we have 18. 1 plus 8 is 9, right? So this is the time to wrap things up. That's what that number 9 is. Let's wrap it on up, right? Let's start getting some shit in order. What else? What else? Okay, we got the Queen of Cups. So Angela Simmons is a nurturing young woman, and she's really considering and really tapping into her emotions, right? Really looking over some things, and um she feels deeply with the situation, right? Like she said, this is not something that she would want, but it was necessary. So she's really doing some emotional evaluation and just looking at things. And it's time to look at things from a new perspective and go on a new adventure. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's see. We're gonna use the True Crime Oracle deck. I love this deck. Let's see what energy is around. Let's see what energy is around Yo Gotti and legal issues. What's going on with Yo Gotti, Yo Gotti and legal issues? Mm. We got the live card. Hey, let's see. What else? Might be some witnesses. What else? So here we are. I feel like we're going back to the whole industry thing, right? Loose ends are being tied up. Sorry. Man-made disaster. Of course, powers that were create a lot of havoc. What else? We got abuse and neglect. I feel it's abuse of the system, neglect of the people. What else? Hmm. Now, revenge did fall upside down in reverse. It's not about revenge, it's about justice. What else? What else around his case? So, social media has some details. Again, I feel like all of this is tied. It's the industry foolishness, it's the exposure of the industry, right? The breaking down of the veil, right? It's time to straighten up, get right. What else? Mm. Now, who faked they death? We got the fake death card. But notice how it's a lizard, right? Reptilian shit. So, what it looks like is, in short of the law, Angela Simmons is being redirected. You know, she feel, excuse my stomach making these noises. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But due to everything that's going on, even though neither one of him, Yo Gotti really loves her, really appreciates her, doesn't seem to be any conflict or issues amongst them, but surrounding circumstances seem to possibly be playing a factor, and it's within her best interest right now to step to the side, right? Go on a new journey, do some personal work, some shadow work, uncover the things that she hasn't been addressing, right? So she can move forward. All right. There eh, this relationship could actually be final. It might be that they don't get back together, but again, they have free will. They can do as they please. Okay. I wouldn't want to be in that industry for nothing. You heard me? Let's see what comes. Let's see. What's energy around this relationship? Energy. Anything applicable here? What can you tell us? It says, don't ever stop fighting. You're the greatest to ever do it, undefeated. Okay, so that's very encouraging when it comes to their relationship. If like anything, you have to fight for it. If you want it, you have to fight for it. Right now just might not be the time. It might be the time that they put it down for a minute, considering what's going on, and she go away and grow and he do whatever he needs to do. But again, we have free will, right? Anything else? Anything else? Been been live for 23 minutes. Okay, doesn't look like nothing else want to jump off. I think that's it for now. I think that's all we need to know for now. Nothing too deep, pretty surface, you know what I'm saying? But I do want to say, if y'all have some questions though, if y'all have any requests, y'all give me the requests and of who you want read, and also give me the questions. What questions do you want to ask? What do you want to know? You know? Sometimes I have a list of questions locked and loaded. I've done it before, and sometimes I don't. I just see what pops out with the cards, right? And read them that way. So that's that. Make sure y'all join me on Patreon. I think I got to get back to my Vibe podcast. The one I speak over the psychedelic background and the music. So I need to get back to doing that too. But I want y'all to make sure that y'all putting in your suggestions.
Hey, friend, you can now join my Patreon for free. The link is provided below.
Make sure you join my Patreon. If you would like to support me, y'all, Patreon shop. I have reduced my tarot class down to $53. Apple charges their fee on top of Patreon. So Android and Microsoft is the way to really buy my stuff. They said they have lowered the fees or whatever. Maybe they were getting pushed back. I don't know. But yeah. So that's on that. Or you can send a donation, or you could just like, subscribe, and keep showing up. And I appreciate that also. Okay. I love y'all very much. Um, I know the read today wasn't as dramatic. Some of them get real deep. I got some that are deep, and I got some that's just like, it ain't really talking about shit. And it happens, right? Everything is not going to be extra dramatic. So until y'all know, I'll have more content rolling out on this thing throughout the week, and I do the readings Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Don't forget to send in your suggestions, okay? Alrighty. And I love y'all.